What's up, everybody? Welcome to the WWE After Dark podcast. My name is Luis Gonzalez. I am your host for the week, and we are at it again. Another podcast. Can you believe it? You might be like, hey, Luis, why does your mic sound different this time? Well, I'm a busy boy, and I move around. I do a lot of production stuff, and right now I'm in Boston. I'm in my hotel room. I'm holding on my tiny little mic, my go-to mic. Sometimes I used to take my whole podcast kit because I still have to do my other podcast called Punch Drunk Nerd. We do movie, TV, video games, things like that. But this time I was like, you know what? I'm not going to struggle with all that. I'm not going to bring my whole gear to the hotel. I used to do it in the past, but this time I thought, let me give myself a break. So here I am in Boston in my hotel room at the Omni Seaport Hotel. I'm right across from the Boston Convention Center. And you might be asking, hey, Luis, what are you doing in Boston? Well, I am here covering PAX East. PAX East is kind of like an independent video game conference showcasing, like independent video games. I'm here to cover it for work. And I'm going to be here for the whole weekend. I flew in Tuesday, leaving Monday, a full week of just hanging out here. And I actually like traveling for work. Like to shake things up a little bit. I don't like things to, routines are nice, but I like things to change up a little bit. So that's what's happening. We are here in Boston, and sadly, maybe not sadly, but I will be enjoying Backlash here in Boston in my hotel. That's what I do with Raw, SmackDown. I will also be watching Backlash, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about Backlash. I'm also going to talk about LFG, Legends and Future Greats, the show that plays on A&E. Put it at the end of the podcast, just in case you're not up to date. Then, you can catch it later when you do watch the show. So the thing I want to talk about Backlash is kind of the odds. Now, last time we did WrestleMania, I was able to bring the odds. Like, what are the odds of this person winning or this person winning? And I thought that was pretty interesting. I also really want to do a deep dive on why you can't bet WWE on like FanDuel or DraftKings. I'm really going to like these other sites. I think last time I used one site. I think this might be the same one. The one I'm using here is Bet Online. And Bet Online has kind of who's going to win, who's going to lose. Obviously, we all have different theories and predictions. And I thought, you know what? Let me be objective here. Let me say what the people are saying and then give my take on it, because why not? So we're going to start off with the WWE Intercontinental match with the greatest of all time, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about Dirty Dom. He's going up against Penta, and Dominic has quite the odds. He has a 90% likelihood of winning this match. If you're a betting person, I can give you the betting numbers, but right now he's set to win minus 1,000, Penta plus 550. And I think that sounds about right. Dominic being holding the belt for the Intercontinental, we can ride this puppy for a bit. So Dominic's going to win, probably some interference, and let's continuing on with Dom just completely dominating. And I hope this rivalry continues with Dominic and Penta. All right, let's do the WWE US Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Man, I love all this. We're going to have Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. Currently, the odds give Fatu a 95.2% likelihood of winning the match. He has a minus 5,000, 1 in 50 chances. So very, very high of him winning. Drew McIntyre plus 600. Then it's LA Knight at plus 900. And then Damian Priest at the end with plus 1,200. And I feel like that shakes about right. LA Knight recently held the title. If anybody was to reclaim it, it would be Drew McIntyre. These are people who are great to watch, fun to watch, great on the mic. This will also be an exciting match. So far, two exciting matches that I'm looking forward to. One that I'm a little bit worried about is the WWE Undisputed Championship match. Randy Orton and John Cena. John Cena is set to win at 95.2% likelihood of this match. John Cena is at minus 5,000 and Randy Orton is at plus 1,200. That's a huge gap between the two. People are really thinking John Cena is going to win. Yes, probably John Cena will win. Am I looking forward to this match? I'm looking forward to Randy Orton. It just, obviously the WrestleMania of him and Cody Rhodes just left a really incredibly sour taste in my mouth. It's just like, well, I'm not looking forward to the rest of this year if this is what we're getting. You know, can we at least do something different? I really don't want Randy to lose. How awesome would it be if he won? But I can see John Cena winning. I also thought it would be cool if they did like a race, like a championship race. That could get boring pretty quickly between Randy and John Cena. So that's not going to happen. But I just hope that it's not a disappointing match is all I can ask for. How will he win? I don't know. I really don't know, but it can't be by wrestling versus wrestling because, I mean, it's just not as entertaining. Like the things that it takes to take down Randy Orton, I don't think John Cena physically can do that. So how he's going to do it, he's going to have story armor, script armor that'll get him through it. So main event, yes, but man, I'm getting not excited with him anymore. And then the way he plays his heel, boring, flat, monotone, just no variance, just, you know, not exciting, not enthusiastic of a heel. You know, there's so many great heels that WWE has right now. I talked about it last week. Entertaining, enthusiastic, passionate. He's just so apathetic and boring and indifferent. I'm just really starting to not like this Cena. I mean, I guess appropriate boos, but we will see what happens there. Also, you know what, side note, I just want to say that this whole thing about somebody having 17 championship belts, someone having 3 championship belts, somebody has 5, and like this one, they have the most. I never really agreed or subscribed to that kind of ideology because, for example, in football, when you win a Super Bowl or something like that, that's because at the beginning of the new season, basically everyone's refreshed. No one's coming in. I mean, yes, you're coming in as the winner from previously, but it's all very fair game. It's like each championship is 1 year. So when you hear somebody winning 3, 4, 5 championships, you know that they own that for a year. But with WWE, when someone says they're a 17, 16, 15, whatever, 12-time champion, like those don't really equal. Somebody could hold the championship belt like Roman Reigns for 4 years and have a low number. But then you can have somebody else who has incredibly short reigns, but they lose it, they win it, they lose it, they win it, they lose it, they win it. And they have more championships than somebody who's been holding it longer. I like to think, I know it's not fancy or it's not like, I don't know, it's not easily marketed, but I think seeing how many days somebody holds a championship has some value. Now, somebody could deny championship opportunities where, you know, they don't compete because they don't want to. That could be cheating as well. But there's just something about somebody losing the belt and getting it back. I don't know. I have some feelings about things being counted about how many times they've won a belt, because that's also how many times you've lost the belt. You know what I mean? I can go on a tirade and whole rant about this, but I think number of days held is equally important as how many times you've held the belt. Disagree with me? Let me know. But guess what? You probably won't. Okay. The next one is the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria. Let me tell you, I'm excited. I like this Becky, this heel Becky, just calling everyone garbage and trash, perfect. I love it. Lyra Valkyria, super entertaining in the ring. Her promo work is coming up. Becky really is. What's funny is like Lyra's coming out saying, I don't need you, Becky. I did this all on my own. And wrestling wise, 1000% she did it on her own. But flying Becky in to do this is really actually lifting Lyra up with her promo skills, with her identity, with her story within the main roster. Just because I say that because I don't know the experience of NXT, but it's been really great. This one should be really fun. I'm excited to see it. They have Becky Lynch. Okay, let's see. Okay, so current odds give Lynch an 83.3% likelihood of winning the belt at minus 500 and Valkyria at plus 300. Now, this is the gap isn't that big compared to some of these other ones that we're seeing where it's like very clear that there's a huge gap. But this is the closest gap of them all. Becky Lynch, I think this can go either way. I think Becky wins, with doing something dirty, and Lyra loses, and Lyra comes back to win it and regains the belt, possibly at SummerSlam or something like that. Okay, then finally we have just the single match, Gunther versus McAfee. It gives Gunther 93.8% chance of winning, minus 1,500, with Pat McAfee's plus 600. This has to be a squash. I won't have it any other way. If Gunther is dazed or knocked out or doesn't realize how good Pat McAfee is, if that's like a storyline that they're doing where Pat's like, you have no idea who I am or what I'm capable of, I need Gunther to reclaim who he is. Yes, he tapped out, and I feel like that was just bad story writing, especially execution of him tapping out so quickly, where he should have just completely passed out is how it should have been. But regardless, this needs to be a squash. I don't care if this match ends in a minute. We need to build Gunther back up as somebody who is a force to be dealt with. Right now, it just seems like they've really kind of neutered him into something that he's just, I don't like him like this. I don't like seeing him so like a loser. He's just so quiet and timid and not who he was, Let's bring back that Gunther. So that's Backlash coming out Saturday, May 10th, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Crazy is I'm usually Pacific time, but now I'm in the East, baby. So I'll be getting those late nights, which could work for me, honestly, because I'll be working through the day, come home, and have a late viewing of WWE content. So that's Backlash. I wanted to talk about LFG. If you haven't watched LFG, you can go check it out on A&E. I have it on Hulu. I record all the episodes. I think it's really interesting. I think it's fascinating to hear what they have to say. It is a reality show, so there are some things that are softly scripted written. But for the most part, you can't really script how good or how bad someone's wrestling capability is. So there is some truth there, and I think it's interesting to hear what The Undertaker and Booker T and the rest of the future greats or the legends have to say. They bring in people. They bring in CM Punk. They bring in X-Pac, just to kind of give guidance as well. Gunther. And it's interesting just to hear what they prioritize and what they think. So definitely check it out. I feel like I'm promoting it. Like After Dark is presented by LFG. So we've reached a point now where in LFG, where they're starting to eliminate people. Originally starting with 16 players, 16 people to compete, 4 team members per legend, and they had to cut their team in half. So now each legend only has 2 people that is on their side. What's really interesting is that in the past, it was each team was facing against each other team. But last week, when they had to cut it from 16 to 8, they were going against each other. And in each team, there are 2 female and 2 males. So for the kind of playoff situation, the for example, let's say the Undertaker. Undertaker's 2 males had to face off each other and only 1 stayed. Same with the females. 2 of the females face each other, only 1 stayed. So it created some internal drama where, these people were, family with each other. And now they had to face each other for, that opportunity to move forward in this playoff situation. It was really interesting. And throughout the past couple of weeks, the team that does the best gets points for the legends. Currently, The Undertaker is at the lead with like 8 points. Booker T follows afterwards. But what's really funny now is that with these 8 people left, what's really interesting is that Bubba Ray Dudley is at the bottom of the list. Like, he has the lowest amount of points, even though he's the most aggressive teacher of them all. It's Undertaker, Booker T, Mickie James, and Bubba Ray Dudley. That's that kind of ranking order. That's who kind of like their teams have won all the points in the past. But what's funny is that, yes, Undertaker, Booker T, Mickie James have more points than Bubba Ray, but I believe that Bubba Ray will have both of his students will get the contract. BJ and Braden, BJ Ray, and Zena Sterling. Because the thing that I've been hearing, the thing that keeps being repeated over and over and over again is that this is an entertainment business. We are here to entertain. We are here to bring people into seats. BJ, he's just, nobody likes him, but people will pay to see him get beat up. That's why he stayed. And so you may be an incredible wrestler, but if you don't have that star power, if you don't have the X factor, if you don't have that thing that makes people want to say, hey, I'm going to buy tickets, spend my hard earned money to see them, then you're not going to make it. And it just shows how much personality really drives all of this. So, we have, like I said, 8 people. Next week, we're going to have this Sunday, we're going to have 2 more episodes. We had 2 episodes last week, and we're having 2 episodes this week. And then after that, on May 11th, will be, excuse me, I actually am completely wrong here. We had 2 episodes last week because of WrestleMania that took up the Sunday spot because these come out on Sunday. So that took that off. But this upcoming week, May 11th, will be the finale called Win or Go Home. So I'm making my bets right now that Zena Sterling and Braden BJ Ray make it. I really do like, where is this person? Did Shiloh Hill get cut? Well, either way, tune in this Sunday. I'll probably do another episode about it. And that's pretty much it. Money in the Bank is coming to Los Angeles in June, right? So it's actually coming a few days after my birthday, which is fantastic, right? What's not fantastic is I actually have work that weekend. We have a convention downtown, and it's happening right during Money in the Bank. So unfortunately, I will not be able to go, and it's right in my backyard. However, Survivor Series, I do believe, is coming to San Diego, or some PLE is coming to San Diego. I'm going to say Survivor Series. If I'm incorrect, well then tune in next week when I see the right answer. So there's an opportunity that I could just drive down. That's super close to me. But bummer that I couldn't see Money in the Bank. I feel like that would be such a fun show to see. People climbing ladders, a huge spectacle, and maybe next time. The odds of the Money in the Bank coming to Los Angeles, very low, returning. But you never know. And maybe I'll go see Money in the Bank somewhere else, another city. But that's the episode today. Thank you guys for listening to me as I am here recording in my hotel room, which is very nice. The one thing I don't like about it is that the bathroom is like very easily seen. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it when bathrooms are like easily seen from the bed. Put a wall there. Have some privacy. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening to the After Dark. If you want to listen to more for me and other stuff, we are doing a review of Thunderbolts, Marvel's Thunderbolts, on my other podcast, Punch Drunk Nerd, that comes out this Friday. Yes, I will be recording it in my hotel room, so it'll be the exact same vibe. No, but I'll have it with two other guys. It'll be a good time. So listen for that this week. Tune in for After Dark next week. And until then, see ya.